Should you keep a 350 in your ride, or should you swap it? Should you LS swap it, or whatever? We're gonna talk about it in this video. God is everything. Without God, I'm nothing. All right, guys, so let's jump straight into it. Let's talk about it. I got a few pros and a few cons of both, because I got an LS swap and I got the 350 that's still in here. The LS swap is in my G body that's gonna be coming back to the channel. I haven't made content on it in a minute, but we getting ready to get to it. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of sticking with a 350. But before I get into them pros and cons, man, let me do something real quick so that I can go ahead and get y'all on my side on this. This is a 350, 350 cubic inches. Let me get y'all in here for a closer look. Still a 350. Has some aluminum heads on it. Carbureted. Cam in it. Nothing else special about it. Nothing else special about this engine. Slightly higher compression on the pistons, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna start this thing up and I'm gonna let y'all hear this thing idle. Alright guys, quick disclaimer. Carburetors aren't that bad, but they do take patience. I'll be honest about that. As you can heard, as you heard, mine still needs tuning because I did some upgrades to it, and it's such a small carburetor. It's like a 600. So it still needs some fine tuning, but if I get it warmed up, it runs fine. I just have to get the choke and all that tuned right and all that. Had it rebuilt and the guy reset all my settings, so I gotta find the right settings back again. But anyway, man, let's jump right into these pros and cons, man. The first thing I have on my list is that the 350s have ran and literally are still in a lot of vehicles today. They may be in the form of a 383, they may be a 3 whatever, but they are still in a lot of your old school vehicles. You'll go to car shows now, guys got the hood pop. Now, a lot of them have LS swaps, but a lot of them still have your traditional small blocks in them. So that says that, man, Chevy, that those small blocks have literally stood the test of time, and that they're almost indestructible, man. When I pulled mine apart, when I pulled this 350 apart, literally pulled the pistons out, and the piston, all 8 piston rings literally fell apart when I pulled them out. They were so old and so worn out, they just broke. Like, I couldn't even get them out of the block. They just broke in pieces. They just pooped. The next thing I want to talk about is the availability of these small blocks. And when I say availability, I don't mean like you can go to the junkyard and get one. That may not be the case, but you can almost walk up the street or whatever. Somebody has something sitting in their yard that more than likely has a 350 in it. Now, I do want to say, be aware that the 350 and the 305s look just alike. Guys have said, oh, you know, sometimes the oil stick will be on this side, the oil stick will be on that side, but I don't necessarily trust that. I like to get to the back of that block and get that casting number off of there, so that I can be sure what I'm buying. But like I said, the availability of a 350 is crazy. Now, I will be honest, the prices of the throttle body injection 350s, the one that came in the OBS, the ones that came in some of those Camaros and stuff that had the throttle body injection stuff, those are a bit on the expensive side. If you're trying to find one complete, they are a bit on the expensive side sometimes, so just be aware of that. But if you want to stick with the traditional small block, you can definitely find it. The next argument is going to be affordability. Now, like I said, sometimes you get into those throttle body injection engines and sometimes they can be a bit expensive, but you can also find 350, oh excuse me, you can find 350s for $100 or $200 or $300. They may just need rebuilding, but you can find them for that price. Now, I know some guys are going to argue, oh, my buddy found a LS for $200. It's a bit rarer in the LSs. Now, years ago, you could get an LS for $500, $600, and I do still see a few that need rebuilding, that are still pretty cheap, but it's rare. It's rare. Somebody will probably almost give you a 350 nowadays, and that's the reason I feel like they are slightly a bit affordable. Now, I know you guys are going to argue, we get into the performance side of things, it's the opposite, and I agree. If you're trying to go fast, I have to agree that, okay, the LS may be the better route, but if you're just looking for a cruiser, something to fall off in, hit it, and fight with it a little bit, have a little fun, sounding good, the 350 is still a valuable option. My next argument, or my best topic, or next topic, is about the tunability of them. Now, I know some of you guys saying, what, you don't have a computer? I don't. Which is reason why I'm telling you it's a lot more simple to deal with this thing. If your carbureted engine doesn't start, you more than likely only have to eliminate two things: fuel or spark. Fuel or spark. You got one or two issues. It's either the distributor or spark plugs, wires or something, or you need a fuel pump, or your fuel pump went bad or something like that. It's normally something very simple that you could probably fix in somebody's parking lot. With your newer fuel injected engines, it could be a sensor, or it could be something a bit more complex that you might have to get your vehicle towed. My C10 has given me problems multiple times, and I said, okay, let's figure out, do I have fuel? Check the carburetor, looking now, okay, boom, I got fuel. I said, okay, gotta be spark. 9 times out of 10, it was something that I fixed within minutes. Done, fixed. When I had issues with my LS swap G body, it was going to Google, saying, hey, I got this going on, I've got this code. Checking the codes. The codes are never a for sure thing. It's always, it could be this or this or this or this. Start with this and then check that and then check that, and it just becomes a lot, man. To me personally, it just becomes a lot, man. Quick disclaimer, I have never owned a throttle body injection engine. My dad did have an S10 that had a V6 in it, and it was throttle body injection, and honestly, it's been fine for years, up until the engine decided to kick the bucket. That throttle body injection was fine for years. Still, you know, to this day, you can still go fire the truck up. It's just on this last leg, and that truck is probably gonna get the LS that I bought for Iron Man, but that's neither here nor there. But let's get to the next thing that I need to talk about. The next thing is just the classic sound of a 350 and the way they feel, the way they make power. Like, it's a different feeling with a small block Chevy. I listen to a lot of engines, and I noticed the 350 cam patterns, depending on your cam, that their cam pattern is a lot more stronger feeling than the LS. LS, you have this nice quick chop. It's like chop, 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 chop. It's always a nice quick chop. I'm not against them. Let me be honest. I'm not against them because I love the way my LS swap G body sound. Not against them at all. But The small block Chevys normally, and I say normally, have a slower, nice cadence to them. It's like chop 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 chop. It's normally more of a cadence, something you can dance to, something you can, hey, 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 you know what I'm saying? You can dance to it a little bit. And the small block Chevys make torque. The LS makes torque too, but the small block Chevys are definitely torque monsters. They make more torque than horsepower 9 times out of 10. And for me, maybe some guys aren't a fan of this, but when I'm behind a vehicle, you can just tell when it got a carburetor. There's a smell, the way it burns. There's a I love it. I love the smell of a carburetor burning fuel. I love it. It smells awesome to me. I'm like, it's a breath of fresh. It's a breath of fresh air to me, man. But here's the bad. Let's jump right into it. The first con is gonna be power per dollar. Now I know some of y'all are saying, what is power per dollar? Power per dollar is how much money it takes to make this engine perform, and how much money it takes to make this engine fast. It's been proven multiple times that with the right cam and a few other leading pieces that you can make 400 horsepower with an LS with a cam only, and that's it. Small block Chevy, it's gonna be heads, or okay, let me clear this up. If you got Vortex heads, you can do it. With probably still gonna be a little bit more than a cam though, I'm gonna be honest. But it's what it costs. I just did a simple rebuild on this engine. All new bearings, things of that nature, and I spent about $3,500 to $4 grand to put a bone stock, basically bone stock 350 back in here. So that just tells you that you put that 4,000 into an LS, it's gonna fly. The next thing I have to dive into is fuel economy. Man, I have heard, now let me clear the air. I got an LS swap G body, but I haven't been on the road with it yet. And I've heard guys say that they have LS swapped and they have thought that their fuel gauge was broken because it just got so much, got so many miles per gallon out of it. And I basically, before this, I haven't put this one on the road yet. Before this, I had basically a stock 350 with 305 heads on it. And when I tell you it barely left the yard, simply because it burnt so much gas and it had to have 93. I drove it, but I was only driving it when I knew, okay, I'm just gonna go have some fun, and that's gonna be it. I don't know if there's a solution to the fuel economy issue with these things, but yeah, mine is horrible. So there go your second con. All right, man, so the next thing I have is the cool factor. So when guys, when you tell a guy you got an LS swap or something like that, the LS has become the quote-unquote cool thing to do. So if I tried to sell this C10, right, with this 350 in it, and I tried to get a significant amount of money, guys would look at it like, oh man, that's just a 350. I'm not giving you all that money for no 350, man. You lost your mind. Versus if it was an LS, they would say, okay, that's a good deal. So that's another one of your cons. I mean, it sucks, you know, it sucks that it's like that, but that's just how it is now, man. My next one is weight savings. So if you go with an aluminum LS block, then they are a lot lighter than these iron small block Chevy, especially if you got iron heads, etc., etc. I'm not sure the weight between like a truck LS or an aluminum headed small block Chevy. I'm not sure the weight between those two. Definitely don't know, but I know if you go aluminum, you definitely can save weight. And if you're going to be racing or trying to do performance, you definitely want to consider a couple 100 pounds of weight difference. So there's number 4, and let's jump right into number 5. And my very last one is the fact that you have no integration or not as much integration as the LS. The LS has all kind of tech and all kind of data stuff that you can pull, and it makes the LS a very wanted platform. So if you bought a vehicle and it had a 350 or 305 in it, didn't have a cam, but you just wanted it to sound good, would you keep it small block Chevy 350/305, or would you say, oh no, I like the LS, I like the platform as a whole? Would you LS swap, or would you keep it small block Chevy? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know down below. My conclusion is the LS swaps have become such a big thing now, and I'm the type of guy that doesn't like to follow the trends per se. You know, if it's a good trend, it's a good trend, don't get me wrong, but I'm the guy that says, okay, everybody doing LS swaps, I may do a LS swap, but since I got an LS swap G-body, Ironman will probably always be a conventional small block, big block setup. It may go fuel injection at some point once I put the big block in there, but we may go fuel injection, I don't know. But yeah, my conclusion is, if you got a 350, if you just want to get out there and burn some tires up, grab your set of AFR heads or whatever. AFR is always the easiest solution for me. I just, you know, everything I've seen with AFRs on it, it flies. AFR, trick flow, don't matter. Grab you a nice set of heads, figure out what size heads you need, combustion chambers, make sure all that's right. Check your bottom end, see what it looks like. Do you need more pistons? If you need more pistons, better pistons. If you don't have flat top, go flat tops. Do the simple things, man, and keep that thing small block Chevy if you already have it. Now, if you buy a roller, by all means, buy LS. Be done with it. Slide your camshaft in it, drop it in, haul tail. That's my conclusion, man. If you enjoyed this video, man, give me some more suggestions down in the comments, what y'all would like to see. Would y'all like to hear a comparison of what my LS sounds like versus my small block Chevy? Whatever, man, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. PullsTv, gone. My conclusion is the LS swaps have become such a big thing now, and I'm the type of guy that doesn't like to follow the trends per se. You know, if it's a good trend, it's a good trend, don't get me wrong, but I'm the guy that says, okay, everybody doing LS swaps, I may do a LS swap, but since I got an LS swap G-body, Ironman will probably always be a conventional small block, big block setup. It may go fuel injection at some point once I put the big block in there, but we may go fuel injection, I don't know. But yeah, my conclusion is, if you got a 350, if you just want to get out there and burn some tires up, grab your set of AFR heads or whatever. AFR is always the easiest solution for me. I just, you know, everything I've seen with AFRs on it, it flies. AFR, trick flow, don't matter. Grab you a nice set of heads, figure out what size heads you need, combustion chambers, make sure all that's right. Check your bottom end, see what it looks like. Do you need more pistons? If you need more pistons, better pistons. If you don't have flat top, go flat tops. Do the simple things, man, and keep that thing small block Chevy if you already have it. Now, if you buy a roller, by all means, buy LS. Be done with it. Slide your camshaft in it, drop it in, haul tail. That's my conclusion, man. If you enjoyed this video, man, give me some more suggestions down in the comments, what y'all would like to see. Would y'all like to hear a comparison of what my LS sounds like versus my small block Chevy? Whatever, man, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. PullsTv, gone.